So, you've no doubt seen in the past week this story about Excel being used as a database. Now, this isn't strictly true. They haven't been trying to use Excel as a database. That's much more advanced than what they're actually doing, which is going to a file like this, then basically double-clicking, waiting for it to load in Excel, getting this error message which says file not loaded completely. Ignoring it, going to the last row, not questioning that it's not changing every day, and then doing the same thing for however long they were doing it for. It is possible to load more than 1 million rows of data into Excel. You can't just double-click a CSV file and open it in Excel if it's got more than, what was that, 1024 to the power of 2 rows, because that is the limit. Down here, it's the square of 1024. So if we want to load more rows in this, or see the last row from a data set that has more than 1 million rows, we go into Data, Text from CSV, we pick our file, we wait. So here we go, that's our file. So Excel is just showing us what's in there. So we go, okay, that looks good. And instead of load, we can go transform data. So this is something that's been in Excel for at least probably the last 10 years. I would have to check that, but it's certainly been around quite some time. And this is Excel's own way of doing essentially like a SQL style lookup from the data set. You can do this purely in code if you want to, but it's much easier to just use something like a column filter. So people are familiar with these, with pivot tables, pivot charts, and generally within Excel when you're filtering. So here, if I was the person looking at this data set, trying to find the last row of data to then be updating whatever I'm updating, I can just pick, look, there's the date, is latest. So I just go select that, wait for it to finish running. So Excel, it's not a database. It's not a database program. It isn't optimized for fast searching of data sets. That's where you would use something like SQL Server or Python or many various tools out there you could use for querying and transforming this data. But if you are restricted to only using Excel, this is the way you would do it. So here we have our filtered data set. So again, if I was the person providing this data daily to someone else, this is how I would search through that data set of however many millions of rows, find the latest data, and I would just go close and load. And there we go. So the slowest part of that whole exercise was my computer trying to load that data. It took no more than maybe 5 clicks to actually do all that processing. So yeah, there really is no excuse for missing data. Hopefully this helps someone, because there's absolutely no reason to be truncating data sets by opening them in Excel the wrong way. Again, if Excel is your only tool, which a lot of companies may restrict users to having only Office programs installed. They may not be able to install things like Python or SQL Server. So if this is your only route to accessing data or transforming it, it's all possible within the Power Query window. So yeah, just Google, things are a lot easier with a bit of reading the manual. There you go. So we've extracted, well, I've just filtered on a day, but there we go. That's 3,000 rows. We're nowhere near maxing out our Excel spreadsheet there. And that's it. So that's, if I was this person doing the daily reporting, that's how I would do it. And if you get an error in Excel saying file not loaded completely, maybe double check it with someone and don't just ignore it, because clearly that's going to cause you problems down the line.